I was on the other side of that window doing some editing and I kept hearing this weird beeping sound. I couldn't really figure out what it was, and it was this guy. Just sitting right outside the window, chirping, doing his little robin chirps. How you doing, little dude? Huh? Pretty cute. These guys are getting big. This one still doesn't have the best root system, I don't think. I don't know, it doesn't seem very stable.
It's one of those hot days where the air just hangs on you.
Morning. Got a little time away from the tractor, so what better thing to do than go see more tractors?
We're headed to an antique tractor show.
I've been to it once before, but it's been probably like 10 years or something.
And yeah, it's mostly just old iron lined up in a field.
They have a theme every year, and I believe this year's theme is oddball and one-off type tractors. Like, everything's vintage, but probably things people have built or that were built for one purpose, but then were outdated or updated somehow.
But it's never really just that.
They usually have a lot of cool stuff there, so let's go check it out. There is going to be so much to see here. I don't know, it looks like they have about 80 acres of just tractors of all sorts.
These machines were built back when farming was slower, when a tractor wasn't something you traded every few years. It was something you grew old with. Same seat, same steering wheel, same rattle you could recognize blindfolded.
1929 John Deere.
You can smell it
GP
before you see it. Hot oil, old paint, a little grease baked in by decades of summers just like this one. Every tractor's got a story.
That's the earliest tractor I remember on the farm.
Even if nobody's around to tell it anymore.
One of my earliest memories of Grandpa, other than riding on the H, always on a 460. This is a 560. I haven't seen a 460 here. This is a little bit bigger, obviously. But I can still picture him sitting up on that seat. Nostalgia. Oh my God.
I walk past these things and can't help but think about the guys who ran them. Long days, no cab, no AC. Just sweat, patience, and the kind of grit you don't really see much anymore. Some of these tractors haven't worked a field in years, but today they fire up like they're proud someone still remembers them. Like they're saying, yeah, I still got it. Tractor pulling didn't start as a sport. It started the way a lot of farm traditions do. Two guys standing around, looking at each other's tractor and saying, yeah, but mine'll pull harder. Back in the early days, farmers settled those debates the only way that made sense. They hitched up a load, pointed the tractor down a field, and let iron and horsepower do the talking. No trophies, no sponsors, just dirt, noise, and bragging rights that lasted all year. Eventually, those friendly showdowns moved to county fairs. By the time the 1950s rolled around, the rules showed up, the sleds got heavier, and the engines got louder. What started as a test of farm machinery turned into a full-blown motorsport. Equal parts engineering experiment and controlled chaos. And here in Nebraska, that obsession with what a tractor can really do runs a little deeper. Just down the road is the Nebraska Tractor Test Lab. The place where, for over 100 years now, tractors don't get bragged about, they get proven. Every horsepower number, every pull rating, every claim on a sales brochure has to pass through that building first. We might not make it there today, but it's on the list if anyone is interested. Because whether it's a stock tractor on a test track or a fire-breathing monster on a pulling sled, the question's always been the same. What'll it pull, and how far will it go?
It's pretty cool to see all these old guys out here going all nostalgic, looking at all these old tractors and stuff.
Before grain bins, before augers and dryers and yield maps, this is how corn moved from field to feed. One scoop at a time. Hand-fed into a machine that didn't care how hot it was, how dusty it got, or how long the day ran. It just kept turning. You can hear it working, belts slapping, gears humming, corn rattling through tin like loose change in a pocket. Every sound means something's doing its job. This wasn't about speed, it was about getting it done. Neighbors showed up. Kids learned where not to put their fingers. And by the end of the day, there'd be a pile of shelled corn, a pile of cobs, and a quiet satisfaction you didn't need words for. Machines like these didn't just shell corn, they brought people together. And even now, watching it run, you can feel it. A reminder that farming didn't always move fast, but it always moved forward.
Alright, that's probably enough of the sun for a minute. There's a bunch of places to see around here. We'll go check out some of the stuff in the shade. Because of course, I always wear all black. And clear skies, 90 degrees. It's a dumb idea.
Small gas engines brought power into homes and farms that didn't have electricity yet. Washing machines, water pumps, cream separators, even early air cooling systems all ran on the same thing: fuel, flywheels, and a pull rope. They rattled, they smoked, they shook the floor, but they worked. And for the first time, everyday chores got a little easier and a whole lot louder. This wasn't convenience, it was independence.
Do you know where these came from?
I'd say this one was in Kansas and that one I think was in Pennsylvania.
Pumping oil.
Pumping oil.
So this was used in oil fields of Pennsylvania to pump oil. The rhythm of this machine reminds me of a Nine Inch Nails song. Which one is it? I can't think of the name of it all of a sudden. There are so many different little engines to run all these different little household appliances, like this corn sheller, washing machines, all sorts of stuff. A washing machine that actually has soap in it. You know, I think we still have one of those sitting out at the farm and back in the trees.
It's just like in the morning, you want some bacon and eggs. Well, you can't put the eggs in there right away. You gotta wait till the skillet gets hot. So this, you put the fire underneath there, you gotta wait about 5-10 minutes. Then once you get it going, you give it a crank like that.
Maybe you should build a whistle.
I got whistles at home. I should have brought my steam engine. Those are fun. You like whistles? Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. A dish of ice cream sounds good. I think we'll do that.
After a little ice cream, it was time to check out the sawmill. The blade rips through logs as the dust is augured away. Once they are cut into boards, they are run through the planer and stacked. A pile of scrap wood, slabs, and offcuts that might have been waste is set aside. The scrap doesn't go far. It is used to feed this Minneapolis-Moline steam traction machine. Scrap wood turned into fire, fire into steam, steam into power. Nothing wasted. Just old iron doing what it was built to do. Simple, powerful, and surprisingly elegant.
So both days they have a parade of all the different tractors. It should be going by in like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. It's pretty cool. Last time I saw one, it was very impressive.
He walks with grace like no other man. Dirt on his face and scars on his hands. Early mornings, late nights, day after day. He puts up the good fight, still keeps his faith. God made a farmer and a suit of armor. Tough enough to stand the heat, but pray for the rain. Passed down from the son of a son, share the same name. A living, breathing saint. God made a farmer. Blood, sweat, and years of putting in time. He shows no fear. He was made for this life. Early mornings, late nights, day after day. He puts up the good fight, but still keeps his faith. God made a farmer and a suit of armor. Tough enough to stand the heat and pray for the rain. Passed down from the son of a son who share the same name. A living, breathing saint. God made a farmer.
And standing here in the heat, watching kids climb up on steel that's older than their grandparents, it hits me. This isn't about horsepower or paint jobs. It's about remembering where all this came from, about honoring the work, the time, and the people who built something meant to last. On a hot day like this, with the engines humming and the sun beating down, it feels less like a show and more like a quiet thank you to the past.
Tough enough to stand the heat and pray for the rain. Passed down from the son of a son who share the same name. A living, breathing saint. A living, breathing saint. God made a farmer.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tractor show. I know I did. I might do a second video of just the parade of tractors because there were, I think they said something like 120 different tractors that were in the parade alone. So if you like that, leave a comment down below, and so I can gauge interest if maybe people don't even want to see that. But other than that, I'm gonna go get a beer. Forget to do the thing with the buttons down below, like, subscribe, all that crap. I'll see you in the next one.